and welcome to Simply Wooden Creations. Why don't you kick back, watch my video, and I'll show you how I made this cool looking sign for your kitchen. And there might even be a free pattern involved. Now that I have the main body of the sign completed, I need some other parts that I need to cut out, need to go along with it. One of them is a little wooden dowel about 1/4 of an inch. After I bored the hole, 1/4 of an inch hole in here, about 1/4 of an inch deep. This is about a 1/4 of an inch in diameter, about 1 3/4 inches long, will go in the hole. And then I'm going to need this little cap. You can buy these little dowel caps, 1/4 inch dowel caps, at any of your little Michaels or any store like that. That's where I bought these. They're real cheap, real inexpensive, $1.99 for 20 of them. And that's going to go over the end. The main part I want to talk about though is how to do the little number signs. What I have done is just printed out these pictures that I downloaded from the internet on this whole sheet label, and I'm going to use them on my signs. I've just cut them out and glued them to 1/8 inch Baltic birch plywood, and I'm just going to go around and cut out each one of them around the outer perimeter of the little sign number. And that's what I'm going to use for numbers. Also on top of it, I have sprayed this Krylon clear acrylic, and what it does is it helps seal the ink on these to keep them from bleeding if you touch them or whatever on this label paper, and it also helps to help them bond to the Baltic birch plywood. So let's get these cut out. Now that we have all the pieces cut out, let's get it assembled. I have bored a hole here. It's going to a 1/4 inch hole, about 1/4 inch deep, for the wooden dowel to go in, and I've already glued it in place. And I've also glued the little cap, dowel cap, on top of it. Once again, you can find these dowel caps at some of your craft stores. Hobby Lobby, I believe, is where I got these, but also Michael's. They're easy to come by. And I've also put a coat of stain and at least one coat of finish on this to prep it. Another thing I want to talk about real quick is this can be mounted one of two ways. This can be hung on the wall, or if you flatten the bottom on it like I have done here, you can add a base to it so that it can like sit on a table. That's one of the two ways that this can be displayed. Now on the little numbers, what I have done is I've just taken some of this twine, also that you can find at the craft store, and I cut off about 4 inches of it, and I just looped it onto the back and glued it with some Alling's tacky glue. This is their white. It dries clear, as you can see. It's very easy to do, and it holds quite well in all sincerity. So that's the way I've hung all the little numbers. Now I have made a few of these before, and another way I've hung some of the numbers before is I actually took the same twine and I drilled a little hole in here, about 1/8 inch hole, run the twine through and just tied it into a knot. You can also see the pictures that I'm displaying now as I'm talking, but that's another way you could do it. Either way will work fine to be able to hang up here on the little peg. The problem with tying the little knot is as you notice, it has a tendency to want to twist sometimes. So, but there's a couple of options that you have in order to hang the numbers. Now the next thing we're actually going to want to do is we're actually going to want to mount the little hand that I have cut. We're going to put it along the bottom. If you're hanging this up, you don't have to be quite so worried about, as long as you get it toward the bottom of the oval. But if you're going to add a base where you flatten it, you definitely don't want this to hang any lower than the edge and give you problems when you're mounting the base. So all I'm going to do for this is spread some tacky glue on the back. Then I'll line this up, and then I'm going to take my pin nailer and just put a few pins in here. Just to ensure it's not going anywhere. And now I want to place my salt and pepper shaker over here in this corner. So just put a little glue on the back. We'll line them up here. That looks pretty good. And then add a couple of pin nails on these also. To ensure it's not going to go anywhere. And now just hang our numbers. There's several different ways you can attach the back of this. You can actually, if you watched my video on the laundry sign, you actually can take some of this twine, put it on the back and make a hoop. You can also buy some of these hangers and attach it to the back to hang it on the wall. Or like I said, you can simply put a base on it and it can sit on the table. Thank you for taking your time and watching this video. I think this is a fun, easy little project that would look great in anyone's kitchen, whether it's hanging on the wall or sitting on the counter. Also, in the next few days, just give me a little bit, I'm kind of behind on schedule. I'll be offering this as a free pattern on my website, simplywoodencreations.com, in PDF form that you can download. If you would, also subscribe to me here on YouTube and like me on Facebook, Simply Wooden Creations. Thank you, God bless, and keep the blade on the line.